They say that if you do what you love, then you'll never work a day in your life. Even if it never feels like work, there's always one thing that can impact you eventually, and that is the feeling of burnout. It can seriously hinder any progress you try to make and can even damage how you perceive something that you would normally feel passionate about. During these times, you may need to take a step back from it all in order to reorient yourself, and an upcoming game is looking to use this theme at its core. But what does it look like, and should you be checking it out when it releases? Stay tuned to find out. Wanderstop is the first game developed by E.R.F, and it's being published by Annapurna Interactive, who has published titles like Cocoon, Stray, and What Remains of Edith Finch. This narrative-centric, cozy game is all about change, and tea. You play as Alta, a fighter who has basically hit rock bottom after being on top of the world. She journeys to get trained by a master fighter, but in the process she has collapsed in a forest and is rescued by Boro, a wide boy who finds enjoyment with the simple pleasures in life. Boro offers you to stay a while and work at his tea shop, and despite my best efforts of running away from the situation, Alta always comes back to the tea shop. With no other option but to try and help out, you begin the process of letting all that pressure you've placed on yourself melt away. So one thing I kinda want to just go ahead and get out of the way is the team behind Wanderstop, Ivy Road. This new studio is being run by Davey Redden, who created the Stanley Parable, and Carla Simonja, who is an artist for the game Gone Home. Alongside their team, their work is being complemented by a little-known musician who goes by the alias C418, whose best work was known for being the composer and sound designer for a small indie game called Minecraft. All of this alongside a story based on Redden's experience with burnout from developing games looks to bring a cozy yet impactful story to the forefront. The narrative is full of emotional story beats, but there are also sparks of humor that make their presence known, so it isn't all super dreary. The environment is colorful and pretty reminiscent of a Dr. Seuss book, especially the apparatus used to make tea. The process of making tea is a little drawn out during the explanation period, but I do imagine that it would be more enjoyable when you're given more freedom to progress how you see fit. There also looks like there will be more to do besides making tea, as you're able to do some of life's favorite chores like sweeping, weeding, and even taking care of puffins that look super annoyed every time you go near them. I'm sure all of this sounds invigorating to everyone, but in the end you get the essence of games like Stardew Valley or Spiritfarer. These types of cozy games tend to have darker stories attached to them, like the story around Shane, or can tell more emotional stories like every single character in Spiritfarer, as players are generally lulled into a false sense of security thanks to the art style and the actual gameplay being relatively basic. One interesting aspect when Wanderstop was in the early stages of development comes from an interview C418 had with Bandcamp when he said that they were working on a, quote, crazy experiment on making a game where you don't earn anything and there's no numbers that go up, but it's something you maybe still obsess over if you want to. This thought process is actually pretty genius, as many players take these cozy games to the extreme with spreadsheets and optimizations, but inherently this game warns you about the dangers of obsession and the impact it can bring on your life. Wanderstop is a game that I can tell may not be for everyone, but as the game itself implies, that's okay. I'm sure that playing the video game version of doing chores isn't really everyone's cup of tea, pun intended, but I can't help feel like there is something more beneath the surface. So if this is something that interests you, check it out when it releases on March 11th. But just make sure to be nice to Boro, please. Anyways, with that, that'll be it for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, be kind to one another.
I can stop. I can stop. I can stop running. This is good for me. I need to enjoy this. I feel good. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Shoutouts go to Relativity, Naughty Dog is King, Chaos, and Kamikolo alongside all those subbed to the channel. I appreciate all the new subs to the channel with my previous video, and if you want to join the Discord to chat about all things gaming, then come on over, but either way, I will see you soon.